So I'm curious to know about those days when Napoli were struggling to reach their fourth title and you have to choose about your future. Do you remember the moment when you made up your mind?
No, I would say probably a couple of days before I sign, Obviously talks go a long time, but then in the end, you also want everything to be resolved because sometimes in contracts it's difficult. But I was pretty calm, I was relaxed about the situation. We had good conversations, and then, in the end, the lawyers and all the stuff, they have to do their business. So I was just waiting. So but it was okay. Yeah, but I make a decision based on how I feel, of what I want to do. And I maybe when I was younger, I never expected to go to Italy, because I loved playing in England and I was very happy there. But then, I came in a situation where I had, options from different parts of the world. And then, I speak with my wife, with my kids, family, and also the feeling that I had. And I thought for me this was the best option to get everything together. And, so I made it. It's based on a feeling. It's sometimes difficult to explain because a lot of teams have very nice projects and different things. But, I felt this was the right option for me. So I'm happy with my choice.
Do you realize the expectation, the regard about you of the supporters? Yesterday I was listening to the crowd during the warm-up and they were cheering you even for a shot on target. They are celebrating you just for being here.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's also nice, because they're excited to see me play. But, on the other side, I still have to start. I'm here. I'm only here a couple of weeks, and I'm working hard to get to know the team, and to start to play together and know how they're structured. And I've not done anything, so hopefully we can continue. I can play good and give the team and the club and the supporters some good years. So hopefully we can keep going with that.
Do you still have got a dream for your career, for your life as a person, not just as a player?
I don't know, it's hard to say. I never really had big dreams when I had a professional player. I always want just to get the best out of myself, challenge myself. And, this is also a new challenge for me to still keep on pushing. If I didn't have the feeling or the drive to push myself, I wouldn't make this decision. I still want to show that I can play at a good level, and the dream is always the highest possible. I don't know what that is, but I think we have a good team, a lot of good players, good coach. So let's hope we can do something nice.
Napoli won 2 titles, 2 Scudetto out of 3 in last years. Next step is to go to the final stage, even in Europe. Do you think is a little bit too ambitious, or it can be done?
Well, of course it's ambitious, but I think every big club has the ambition to do well in Europe and the league. I think there's probably a little difference for the team, because last year they didn't play in Europe, and this year they will play the Champions League in Europe. So, to find the balance to control both is sometimes difficult. But I think, the club is building a good team, and I think we have almost 2 players in each position. So I think that will help, to maintain a strong core for the season ahead.
In the first press conference, you said you didn't have time enough to talk with Conte and to learn his method, to study his methods. So, first impression, can you share it with us now?
No, I think he's very direct, he's very he asks a lot of the players. It's a very different way of training also that I'm used to, another philosophy. But you know, I'm doing well. I've done all my training sessions. I'm feeling good. It's a bit heavy, I think, but it's heavy for everybody, so it's normal in pre-season. But you know, I think he's trying to implement his ways, you know, in the team. And for me, I'm just, you know, I'm looking out, you know, looking at how the team works and how he works and what his tactics are. And I know I've got time to learn everything, but you know, I think at my age you understand you can take it slowly and it will come, you know. You don't have to know everything in the first few days, and I think I'm mixing good with the team, so I'm very happy with that.
No rush.
No, definitely not.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.